We're back.
Ready.
We're back. We're stoked. Ready.
Got our vocals warmed up.
Yep.
Got did our stretches.
What is it? The arsonist got denied a bank loan.
The
I think.
No, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan, right?
And the arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
There you go.
And I'm not even sure those are tongue twisters. It's super easy to say.
Because you are a professional, Anders.
Oh, that's why.
That's why it seems so easy.
Oh, just so easy for me.
Don't be fooled.
Oh, don't try this at home,
I have a very hard time myself.
Okay. All right, well.
We're in the game, though.
In the game.
I'm ready. And mine's focused. Are they focused? Is Splyce? Is Rogue focused?
Would you walk if you weren't focused?
I'd walk if I was scared.
I think, ooh, they could be scared or focused.
Let's see. We'll see what they do.
Maybe a dichotomy of problems.
They're going to do the little inside bamboozle.
I think so,
explode on them.
Or it might just be a straight up hit. One person walking across inner. Here it is, Whitmer setting up for the smoke. Takes a quick step. They want to get in here right now. And everybody from Splyce is in a rotator spot. 2 Z-men coming out into the site. Back lanes now. Looking for fights as Uber is pushed up. A lot of control has been given to Rogue. Uber in the most forward position. Everybody expects these pushes now. It's about recreating how you get away with them. Davey with 2 nice headshots shuts down some of the early pressure, but there's still 2 more players really close. Pico, the last man up, has to do a lot of damage from this position. Is now in an awkward spot. Ends up getting killed. Whitmer can't finish his frag. Drone gets the better of him. Headshots across the board for Splyce and a round on the board.
So I actually liked what Rogue did at the start of that execution. They smoked, they got pushed up in positions. What they did completely wrong, which obviously, you know, it didn't work, is they started pushing individually. Like, we knew that Team Splyce was playing a retake. You don't need to push through smokes. You don't have to do something like that, Uber. And look at a one-on-one, and right off the bat, you're down 2 people. It just doesn't look good.
You can definitely see why you need to push, but there's a point where you're overextending or just playing into the opponent's hands. And they probably crossed that. Splyce obviously ready in 4 different positions.
Yeah.
Nice grenade onto Whitmer, who's just looking, kind of trying to spot for information, but grabs a couple grenades.
Yeah, balled in the face right there.
Never want that to happen.
You never want that to happen.
There's any situation
grenade.
You want to avoid.
Yeah.
Get 2 balls.
It's always a sticky situation.
It's like another player here looking to kind of take the position of Whitmer, maybe jump spot for information, but with only Glocks, you wonder what exactly can they even scout. There is only 2 flashes in the hands of both Shinobi and Vice, and a lot of players towards inner, but you get thinned out this early, you don't have many options, so, and we see them now trying to set up for what can hopefully be, at the very least, a plant. A plant of the bomb would be a win.
Yeah, but it's going to be pretty hard for Team Rogue as there are 2 people stationed inside as Roka's going to be ready for Shinobi. Takes out Shinobi, and now looks like they're trying to spill in this bomb site. Roka, though, smartly falling back, not eliminating kill. Sempus, though, with the flank. And look at how anticlimactic was that, you know?
Anti-Clamato.
Some Bloody Marys. Clamato juice in there.
Oh, yeah. Know? And it's all the Clamato douche on the lower ramp there.
Yeah, that's right there, all over that wall, as you see.
That's right.
Yeah.
Does that make you thirsty, too, looking at all that?
I mean, Bloody Marys, they're all right. Clamato juice, they're all right.
Yeah. So Roka's in a really good spot. Was able to see 1 person coming down the ramp. I think that was Shinobi. He flashed over. It might have been Vice. And fortunately for them, however, their inner player was focusing on the inner ramp, or the lower ramp. So they didn't really have anybody to catch anybody else coming down. And he wasn't in a good spot to stop the defuse.
Yeah.
But this has allowed them to buy. We have a full buy up, and we see that bomb money take full effect as they all have enough for all the utility that they want. An initial smoke goes over, baits out some counter nades, and sometimes 1 smoke from the T side can bait out thousands of dollars in utility in response. So sometimes worth it, especially if the team is going to expect you to do something quickly. Play that game.
You see, Roka, though, still has that submachine gun, so he's posted closely up that lower ramp, allowing Splyce to attack 4 people outside. Of course, Rogue does not know that, and so Vice here is going to try to clear it inside, maybe try to pull someone from outside inside. So methodically clearing every corner. Nice pop flash. So far, so nothing. As you see, that actually does pull someone, Davey, from outside inside. So this would make the outside hit for Rogue just a little bit better.
Potentially. And that Z rotate is actually moving into a more dedicated spot inside. So just as the Bears just pointed out, tougher now for Splyce outside with 3 different choke points and only 3 CTs. However, it looks like the bomb might be making its way to inner, which maybe Splyce had some good information or are calling out this hit, but at this point are now more set up for inner than they were for outside. Setting up really quick, trying to take advantage of this lower ramp pressure. 2 players on the site. Davey looking for the spray down. And beyond the smoke isn't able to find one, but Roka through the smoke is able to find 2 with just his MP7. Davey also coming up the side of the bomb train looking for 1 kill, can't find it. And Whitmer and Hiko, the last 2 remaining, are in a pretty good position. 10 seconds remain. The bomb goes down. Whitmer with a really nice headshot on the back pop. Takes down Mitch and leaves Drone in a 1v2 spotted. Whitmer takes the fight, 1-on-1 gets killed. Mitch shows his head, or Hiko, excuse me. And now it's just a mind game. Which side of the bomb site is he gonna go to? Hiko reads him like a book.
Oh man, I was almost face-palm in that moment as Whitmer re-peeked again on a 2-on-1 situation. You know where the enemy is. You don't have to re-peek for information at that point. You just gotta play with your teammate, and Hiko was in no position to help out Whitmer in that situation. So good job on Hiko for winning the round, but again, you can kind of see the sloppy play style of you know, these say puggers, where you know, peek with your teammate, peek with the purpose, communicate. Say I'm peeking, so your other, so there's always a 1-for-1, always 1-for-1, guys, on 2-on-1.
And it may have not cost them the round. It was an extra death, however, which means that Road had to use 4 full buys last round. Splyce, with not so much money, have bought another MP7, funnily enough to see Roka with it in the previous round. Now Mitch has actually has it. And Vice, finds a really good opening. Fast reaction onto Roka, the solo inner player. It also has control of Z here, but gets killed. Sempis, with the USP, is able to find a kill somehow, and Mitch at the bottom of ladder is obviously worried about a friend up top and is looking for this fight. Not going to do a lot of wallbang damage with that MP7. Is hoping to hear maybe a reload to allow him to explode, but ultimately it's his teammate, Drone, that has decided to save already, and at this point would like to just get a kill for his efforts. Uber taking matters into his own hands. Peeks down that ladder, shoots him in the face. And this is a much better recovery for Rogue. 4 rifles saved into the next round. Splyce will almost certainly have to save themselves, and they'll have an eco round to collect money.
And you can see that this could be one of the weaknesses for Roka, as he's known for not mixing up too much. He's playing the same kind of area on the map. As you see, he played the bomb train almost the exact same spot, but just on the other side of the bomb train, and gets picked off easily. So I like to see Roka, as time progresses, that he has at least 3 to 4 good spots or plays to make. Say if you're playing inside by yourself or playing with a person, just have some so you can mix it up a little more, just to keep the other opponent on their toes.
Got to keep it fresh.
Got to keep it fresh,
right?
Yeah, you gotta vacuum seal it.
Vacuum seal it. You've got to saran wrap it.
You gotta put it in the freezer. You gotta do all that good stuff. You know, keep it fresh, Roka.
Keep it fresh or non-perishable? Your 2 options.
Kosher too.
Kosher too. Right. Halal, whatever it takes.
You gotta bless it.
Make sure it's edible. And what's the play here? Splyce are everybody outside. What's the play for Rogue? Splyce have got everybody outside.
For Rogue, I think the play would probably do like a 4-1 instead of kind of thinning out like what you see with Uber. Everyone's so spread out that pretty much Splyce just got a 1-for-0 kill, and now they know where the M4 is at, and it's going to be slow for Rogue to regroup and hit a spot, which allows Splyce to re-rotate.
Oh, and there they go looking for information. Hiko at the perfect moment catches Davey backpedaling up Ivy, which opens up options for the round. 2 players don't have armor at all, and now that they found inside and they have taken their talents back to this site as well, it's going to be much more difficult for Splyce to get anything more done, which is a big deal considering they got the opening kill. I'm sure they were shaking in their boots once that happened. For fear that it all falls apart, Roka tries to do the double fake, come back up the ladder, but Hiko is ready.
You're trying to give him the old oop-de-oop.
Loop-de-doop, yeah. Slippity slurp.
He's just sliding up and down the ladder, and now the Drone's going to try to save his gun again.
It's like snakes and ladders.
Snakes and ladders,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Is that a game?
Gotta be Slither. Yeah, you don't know Snakes and Ladders?
I don't know Snakes and Ladders.
We have a store in Toronto called Snakes and Lattes.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Go and play board games. So you've never played Snakes and Ladders? What was your childhood like, the Bears?
I've heard Shoots and Ladders.
Chutes and ladders?
Yes, it's with slides and ladders supported.
Oh my god, maybe that's like the American version.
Maybe it is. Maybe just did America take it from Canada? Did Canada take it from America?
I'm going to spend at least 30 minutes researching this after our cast.
But who knows? Anyways, Splyce back on track in a gun round. Let's see, what is their go-to plan? They don't have any ops. Interesting enough.
Ops, yeah, and ops very useful on train. Ops, it's never essential to have an op to win a round, but per se, but definitely makes things easier. And who would want to make things easier?
Easy life.
Oh, Mitch finds a better angle than Whitmer. Whitmer obviously wasn't even able to see him, and that's because Mitch was so much farther back from the box that he peeked him from. Vice, entering the A site just like he did on B last round. Mitch trading him out, but it's 2 for 1. The damage might be dealt. However, 2 players are only left alive after Davey gets that initial kill. Shinobi has made his way. Inner has gotten away with this lurk. Uber gets killed outside, and this is starting to become an interesting round, but Roka too aware of the potential for a flank, shuts down the lurk, puts a round on the board. Splyce 3-3 versus Rogue, who still have enough money to buy. But how did it all fall apart?
Yeah, nice peek by Mitch, just getting out the leg, the bootay, Whitmer. And you see, after they got the initial kill, Vice did get 2 kills off of that. I think at that point, it looks like Rogue doesn't have like a mid-game game plan where, you know, they have their smokes, their flashes, where they, you know, go off the start. Then after that, what's the next step? You have to be lightning fast at this high level where you got to get to a spot, maybe clear out Olaf, maybe get control of Hell area.
Speaking of lightning fast, initial kill from T-side at Ivy, one of the harder picks to get as an opper, and probably off a good spawn and some good information. Whitmer takes advantage of drone, probably taking his first peek there, so that's a good opening kill, and we'll see how they follow up. Obviously critically important that you win any round you start off 5v4, especially this early. Yeah, in response, Semphis does have an op as an adjustment, and he brought up that they didn't have an op last round.
There you go. Makes it, well, we could even it out. Just needs to get a couple kills here. But Roka is playing kind of alone in the inside. Davey, though, he's on. He could fast rotate. And with Mitch pushing the middle, this may allow one of the outside guys to cheat inside. As you see, Davey is rotating inside at the moment.
No, Roka looking for the inner hold. Sees a couple of heads. This is what he loves to do. But Vice has been too good on the entry and gets him instantly. As your Inner Man, you're expecting to do so much damage, but what can be better than your rotator coming in to pick up the slack? 3-on-3. But just in like the previous rounds, we have a situation where we've got a lurk, a big flank from Hiko. He's in a very hard to find spot. He'll almost certainly be offered up a frag. Whitmer also does his part shutting down a flank, jumps down the ramp for a second kill, leaving Davey in now what looks like an unwinnable 1v2. Has no idea somebody is waiting behind him, and Hiko is there to put a neat bow on the round.
You say meatball?
A neat bow.
Have some meatballs here? Making some spaghetti meatballs?
It's about to crush them up like some ground beef.
Maybe I'm hungry. I don't know. But yeah, nice picks by Whitmer at the moment, and Roka again. He's playing near that bomb train. I'm gonna keep pointing out every time he dies by that bomb train. I'm gonna say, hey, look, he's playing the same area. Let's look for him by bomb train.
It might be a very salient point. Just lack of dynamic spots on the site that you're typically going to be there by yourself on. Oh my gosh, an inner push just as we're talking through an eco. 2 kills come out for Splyce. I think one in the hands of the Nova and another with the CZ. The bomb is recovered, fortunately. Uber is going to take this and run, but ultimately, with 3 players alive, this is definitely a CT favored round, even though they don't have rifles to back this up. They've all got armor, and basically at this point you can find 1-kill positions, right? It's much more difficult here for the Ts.
Definitely, especially down numbers, and that's one of the weaknesses of always running a default. Splyce countered that perfectly by sending 3-4 people up that lower ramp, just get that early kill, and they end up getting 2 kills in the process. And so that's why you gotta kind of mix it up a little bit. Maybe do 4 1s, 3 2s. You know, throw some meatballs at them. just kind of make it a little random here.
Gotta sauce it up.
Gotta sauce. I like it. Get a little spice in that sauce.
Spice not for everyone. Drone looking to take that duel. Initial headshot, however, and with that damage, Roka going to be that much more afraid. Good nade, but oh, Roka throwing it to the wrong person and gets killed by Hiko as well. Are they suddenly going to bail themselves out of a bad situation? oof, it looks like they are. Both Semphis and Mitch combine with those CZs to do a couple more kills. It's just Hiko left in a 1v3. It can't be won. CZ's too strong?
CZ's pretty strong. It's pretty hot right now. I've seen everyone buy CZs. I think I've seen one person buy Tech 9 in all of Pro League so far.
I'm not with it. I'm with this. I'm Team CZ.
Team CZ? Yeah, I actually switched to CZ on my T side for the first time ever.
Ooh.
I was a Tech 9 kind of guy. And then...
How have you been holding up?
I mean, I don't care really. No, I could adjust. Like my mentality is I adjust. If they change it, I just suck it up and learn to play around it or do better. I don't know. Maybe all it takes is one person get an ace with a Tech 9, then you come back to Tech 9 train again.
Tech 9 train, right? Yes.
Yeah, all you need is just one clip on Reddit, and then everyone's like, well the Tech 9 is actually pretty good.
The fickleness of Reddit. waving like a palm tree in the wind.
Yeah.
But you,
so.
yeah, you gotta adapt. You gotta be the chameleon in the server.
You got to. You have to. Be able to adapt.
Vice, excuse me, seeing a gun barrel and capitalizing. Really nice headshot. Obviously, perfect crosshair placement. Didn't have to move at all. Avoids getting off as well. Very good stuff. Vice has been, nuts! Wow, what a kill. Great headshot from Vice. Jiggle peek Semphis twice, is able to take his face off, and we'll have another enemy coming up to the right. Davey takes it carefully enough that he's too much of a problem for Vice, can't adjust. And now Roka, again, as the inner player, finds that quick headshot to stop any tease from coming through, but now that the smoke has come out, it's given him another avenue of entry. Roka not going to press the issue, taking a bit of damage, and after noticing that all the bullets have been sprayed at him, he's going to realize he's allowed to come in. I think Hiko's obviously trying to finish him through the smoke. I'm
so glad that Roka waited for a team flash to push at least through the smoke and just be a little patient, wait for his teammates. Good play by Roka. He also played by that lower ramp on inside, so kind of mixing it up a little bit.
Mixing it up.
Mixing it up. It's good. Good stuff.
That's right.
Team Splyce.
Very good stuff. And yeah, it almost got ugly. Vice is definitely on one right now. On one. You
can tell when someone's pretty confident in hitting their shots. You see he almost peaked 3 times against the Opper.
Yeah.
On this map with the Eagles, like, you were insane, man. You were insane.
Yeah, he even predicted where those op shots were going to come from initially. So, yeah, all in all, he's feeling smart, you know? We all know that feeling.
You just got to go with it. You got to, you know, keep pushing to the limit, you know?
What do you do with Vice if you're calling right now and you see this? Oh.
Say, Whitmer, please pick off Semphis and Ali. And nope. Gonna smoke it off now. Gonna buy some time for the CTs to make little adjustments, because it wouldn't be too wise to push that smoke. To see the team row, they push back inside. They're falling back now.
Some classic Ivy pressure to kick off the round here in round 10. Rogue have set up once again in their default, and again, I think the rounds that we've seen won by Rogue have largely been in part due to either Vice trading or Vice getting those initial entries, and has been a beast on inner. So now with 2 people here and Davey dedicated to watching him, I'm curious to see who will win this duel. And coming in to clear it. Great flash, however, to support him. He isn't able to finish the frag off, but knows where Roka is. And in spite of not knowing that and not being able to kill Davey, is still able to open up B. However, 3 players from Ivy are here to entry on outer. The rotates have come out, the smokes as well. And Semphis, off the corner of the bomb train with a very difficult shot, is able to get the kill. Mitch joins in the fun with his AK and leaves Whitmer alone in a 1v3. It looked like a great situation for Rogue, but Splyce were a little bit too quick on the adjustment.
Yeah, I thought actually there was a great call by Rogue, but Splyce, Davey just managing to slip by with like 10 HP, and the fast push rotates was just fantastic on Splyce's part. But Rogue, I thought that was a good play, a fake. I was thinking in my mind they should toss a fake here, one of these rounds. But maybe I'd put one more person towards inside, try to hit those kills, maybe 1 or 2, and then fall back down ladder, something like that, instead of having 3 people Ivy. You know, just it'll kind of tell the pick just a little bit better.
But yeah, sometimes it's not about the round. I mean, sometimes you did the right thing, but it didn't work out, and it definitely feels like Splyce bid on it exactly like Rogue wanted them to. They were just too quick on the rotate in or the rotate back, and Rogue weren't prepared. So now Whitmer's going to be the man leading outside with the Deagle, known for being able to hit some nasty shots with this gun himself, and has already found a forward position. Opportunity to get a kill. Drone is aware of it. Semphis falls off his angle after spotting one in T-Con, and Roka wants to take these fights inner, is very happy and confident to do so. I'm not sure if he'll go for more. There's no flash to support him in this situation for the repeak, and with good discipline actually does fall off. On this angle might be a little bit more difficult, especially with Vice up close and a CZ, considering how good he's been feeling. But all their bases covered right now. They're ducks in a row.
They got the ducks in a row. They're
Quack,
walking
quack,
big
quack.
mama duck. Semphis just leading the way, telling him what to do. And Roka playing that smart. It's not about just also winning the round, but it's staying alive, not wasting money, because CT guns, armor, and utility is pretty expensive. And if you slip up too many on these eco rounds, you find yourself saving rounds when you probably should be buying.
Now Uber looking to go inside Roka, though, in a brand new angle. As we talked about, is able to find the last 2 kills from safety. And that is the value of repositioning. You get that opening kill off of just peeking from a brand new angle, and then you fall back to a brand new angle and make it a constant struggle for the terrorists to pick out of 3 or 4 angles which one you'll be sitting in.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty frustrating when you have to keep checking on these angles, and you look left and they're right, you look right, they're left, and it could actually hurt a person's mindset and confidence in the long run. Just keep mixing it up.
Ooh. And Vice, pretty much the X factor of this game, goes down instantly to Mitch, who goes for an aggressive pick up the opening or up the lower ramp on inner, and is also joined by Roka in pressure or in tandem, excuse me, to prevent any inner trades. Uber also has an opportunity for a pick, but gets shot on the side. Even if he got that kill, it still would have been 4v3. He would have died for sure. And Hiko, who has been pretty good at bullying Ivy. Oh, wow. Is able to stop himself in the middle of running forward to kill Semphis with a headshot after taking 90 damage. Shinobi also is able to find his way outside and get a kill.
But the bomb is left by the T-stairs, and it forces Hiko to reposition and holds Drone to have to wait for the bomb.
Yeah, I think Drone was so close up to T-Con that he heard Hiko rotating up the stairs, which could tell him one of 2 things. One, that T-Con might be clear, but also it's either going to be a likely ladder or inner. And now he's in a position for a quick big flank. And because there's only 2 players on Rogue, you really don't have the opportunity to stay and hold for that. So maybe off of this information, he'll decide to go up. In a 2v2, you don't want to leave your teammate at risk, especially on CT's side. So it seems like they're going to play this out pretty carefully, but he has definitely gone off of this information and is now walking down the inner ramp. Will he get caught off guard, however? This is kind of interesting. There he is. He spots one. Shinobi, however, in his peripheral vision, is able to kill him, leaving Mitch in a 1-on-2 half HP after getting peppered down a little bit on the rotate in. Knows that one is back oil and is going to have a difficult time trying to get this frag, however, with this op. However, if only he knows. Oh, it doesn't matter. They were both low, and Shinobi with a 4K is able to win the round for Rogue in a 2v4 situation.
Not too shabby by Team Rogue, and almost a huge mistake there by leaving that bomb when she spawns. As you said, it allowed Shinobi to kind of, or not Shinobi,
Hiko?
Drone to listen and hear the footsteps rush, as they ran up the stairs inside. They know exactly where they were, but they had a pretty good idea. Good job for Rogue for pulling it out.
Yeah, it's a 2v4. I mean, it even seemed like Drone had Shinobi dead to rights, but Shinobi was so worried about one player on the inner side, it was pretty much a matter of bad timing that he did catch him in his vision. There might be an argument made that Drone could have waited longer, but he was totally correct on the information that he had. Called out that play perfectly.
As you can see here, Rogue is kind of changing up the default just a little bit. Instead of sending 2 Ivy or 3 Ivy, 1 middle, 2 inside, they're bunching a bit more people through the above ladder area. Looks like maybe smoke outside, inside. I think keep it simple.
Yeah. No ladder control here as Davey moseys his way in, spots nobody, and now can hold it. Very difficult spot to come down from as a T, especially later on when you don't know if they're taking control of it. But the walk down the inner ramp as they try to catch Roka off guard one more time. Will it work? Roka completely blind and gets killed. Another round with stopping no entries. However, the big flank is out. Davey almost gets caught off guard, but finishes the spray off neatly. And now Uber on the big rotate in with Shinobi also spotted. Are kind of in a tough situation. And that should be it. The defuse comes out. Even if Uber is able to stay alive, he's too far from the bomb to stop the plant. He's really there for a situation where you have a lot alive and you just need to shoot the last person in the back, or no, just really put the last nail in the coffin if it does come down to it.
Yeah, Semphis with that fast inside rotate with the AWP really just shut down Rogue. Because usually it's Davey that kind of rotates from the Z-Haw, but they decided to kind of tweak their CT setup a little bit, and it catches Rogue kind of off guard, as they didn't have much utility to really like flash back to smoke out the lanes as you would if you had a lot more money.
It is nice for Rogue that they're able to take advantage of inner so many times. It seems like we have situations where Roka is adapting, but they haven't actually been rifle rounds.
It's been on Ecos.
It's been on Ecos, yeah.
The Eco Cobra strikes again.
Laying in wait.
Yeah, but the thing that I like to see from Rogue, I would like to see another fake, but maybe just like have more like a 4-1. I'm a big fan of maybe doing a default for the first couple gun rounds, mixing a couple 4-1s, 3-2s. Just keep it simple after that. Don't spread it out. You know, show them power with your aim, raw ability.
Right.
Not always strategy.
Impose your will on them.
Just run them over like bulldozers.
Let them know.
Let them know.
You have to let them know you're there.
Don't tread on me.
You're not bots. Don't tread on me, yeah.
Don't tread on me.
And here it is, Roka. Another situation versus ecoing rushing players. He's only able to get one kill, but has tons of support. There's really no reason he shouldn't be able to stop that. For some reason, is moved out, and I think they have changed their setup slightly. I'm not sure if they anticipated eco, so decided to move in Mitch with the op and have him play passively and hold upper, but we'll find out this round if that's the case. He might have had a spawn.
I think with spawn and a double ops setup, they probably didn't want two ops outside.
Yeah.
Maybe have Roka to swing out, kind of mix it up a little bit.
Definitely, we know that Roka are taking advantage of playing all sides of the map on any given round. So that there's goods and bads to that. Mitch finding another good kill. Uber gets shut down in ladder immediately as we start off the last round of the half. And another lurk. Roka doesn't actually spot our man coming down the lower ramp. No one knows. Roka gets a kill, is going to rush back into the site. Completely unbeknownst to him that Vice has already made his way down the ramp, but now that information is gathered, he goes and finds the kill, but for 98 damage. Vice still valuable with this inner site. However, being down 2 players and him so much HP puts his team in a very difficult position. The rotates are going to come in. They're going to be very careful about this. And somehow is able to find Mitch off of the back of great timing. So, Controller still had the bomb. I'm not exactly sure where it is, Semphis. I think it has been communicated to him by Roka that this guy's slow, just go in with a pistol and kill him.
Yeah, the weird situation for Team Rogue is the bomb is, I'm assuming, above ladder. And then everyone, after they got the initial kill inside, it was like a 5 lurk strat. Everyone just lurked.
Yeah.
Places and didn't fare out too well, because in a lurk strat like that, you have to win all you one-on-one battles. Right. And I think Vice was the only one to get, well, 2 kills. Everyone else kind of missed their win.
Yeah, so maybe a lack of mid-rounding as we clean up the half. Rope with 5 rounds. Vice, definitely, I think, a hero of those plays. But really nice headshots and kills across the board. But anyways, folks, we will be right back after this half, after this short break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Interesting first game of the day with the first half just ending. We see a game between Splyce and Rogue, where Rogue get 5 rounds on their T side and seem to maybe lack a little bit of depth in their strategy.
Yeah, it seemed like Rogue was doing a lot of try to pick off strats. And it worked some of the rounds as Splyce was actually getting a lot of those first and second kills. But after those kills, the routes, the planning was kind of just random. Like people just try to hit a spot, try and get the extra kills. And it really showed that Team Rogue is just, they're still working for this team strategy to work.
What does Coach DeBears tell him? Like, what do you?
Keep it simpler.
Keep it simple.
Let's have more routes. After you get those kills, let's take off one side of the map or one part of the outside. Like take control of hell. As James would always say, work that top triangle of the map. You know, make sure you clear everything. Okay, we're there. Toss your extra utility they have, like maybe smoke off C, smoke out Ivy, flash and Molotov bomb train, hit again. Taking parts to where not everyone's trying to lurk and pick. Too many lurking and picking from Team Rogue, and 5 rounds is all right, but I feel like they could have had maybe a couple more if they just had set routes and planning.
Doesn't sound too complicated. And now that they're on CT side, though, they might have an easier time not having to worry about that. Can kind of take it into practice next time. Initial kill on Drone, one of the more proficient riflers or just players on Splyce. Gets killed. Shinobi takes a spot of damage for it, but in the minds of Splyce, it's 5v4. That's the big deal. Roko going to be leading their way out through Ivy. Whitmer off a very nice peek, barely shows his face and takes Roka's instead. And now knows he has another duel to take. Won't be able to run away too easily. Semphis putting pressure on him, but now he's in a pretty good spot. Has found his way back to his angle with a lot more leeway in this situation. Still looking to take this duel. Trying to bait out the peek and figure out whether it's going to be a crouch or a standing shot. Semphis goes down. 2 kills in the round for Whitmer, and Ivy control retained. Mitch, oh, nice one tap over the corner of the bomb train, leaving Davey now in a 1v4.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard for winner. Shinobi with 13 HP takes out Davey. Look, pretty good pistols right there, Team Rogue. So yeah, maybe their CT side's going to be the better side. They can rely a little bit more on aim. A little easier to work together since you don't have to go find the team. You let them come to you. So we'll see how Rogue can bounce back here.
It's hard to see what Splyce were planning to do because Rogue did such a good job of just shutting them down the default phase of the round. When Rogue were pressed past that, they definitely seemed to fall apart on their own. But in Splyce's situation, we know that they are, I think, a little bit more well practiced on train. So now with 5 smokes in hand and everybody poised for an execute, looking at the sky, are about to send some utility cascading over A so that they can assist themselves in getting a plant. However, the bomb coming out T-Con. Do you like this?
I like that they waited a good 30 seconds before toss and execute, because at the start of the round, Rogue did have 4 people outside. Now they only have 3 people, and they're playing kind of a passive kind of outside. So these wall of smokes will, I believe, allow Splyce to have a bomb plant here.
Yeah, as we see from the farther perspective, that it's much more difficult for Rogue to find an opening. Roka being very annoying with his P250, and his teammate as well, able to dink Shinobi up in heaven. One of the best spots to view anyone from the T's running into the site. And all these Eagle kills are coming out. Almost no kills for Rogue. They find a single one. A second comes out. Hiko pushing in with his USP, getting a little bit more desperate now. Is now in a 2-on-2. Mitch and Davey with not much HP. However, Davey finds that initial headshot on Hiko, kills him, and even though he's in Ivy's in a pretty decent spot, gets killed. The bomb is planted up top, and with one player in ladder, Vice has very few opportunities to finish this kill before he'll have any opportunity to defuse. The round is closed out somehow. On a 5-smoke execute with no armor and other utilities, Splyce are able to do it. Just P250s and headshots.
So, I mean, it was very good job on Splyce for waiting. So it allowed that extra person to rotate. But for Rogue, they gave up too many early kills before they could allow your team to retake. So when I think, on this maps, or on the maps, if you see a wall of smoke, you really don't want to push beyond the smoke. Just kind of maybe turtle up a little bit longer, unless you have that teamwork where you have pop flashes from your teammates hitting there, which that wasn't there. Just play back behind smoke, wait for your teammates, and just try to whittle away kills until you have the number advantage.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, they're probably going to plant the bomb. There's a wall of smoke. You're in weird spots. You're playing passive. Just completely play passive. Just completely fall back. And maybe retake it through Ivy way, like 2 or 3 people, while the other people are by Z or the old bomb train on their safety tower.
All right, so get in tradable spots. And now we'll look at maybe a different philosophy on anti-ecos, as Splyce have set up in their default, but were maybe a little bit more grouped, have thrown smokes outside, and now with a lot of T-Con presence are going to try to go in. However, mollying the bottom of ladder in an awkward spot, you're not going to be able to fall in that position, but they are able to push Vice out. And now that he is evicted, they are able to take outside as a unit. Roka going top train, getting taken down immediately. Uber shooting his face off really quick and right into the crossfire of him and Hiko. But even with that, Splyce lose 2. It's not a bad round kind of for either team, I guess.
It's always nice to get a couple kills on your eco. And as we said before, Davey, he's a little crazy. He just runs out there, Mac 10. You think, you know, weird, but hey, it's his style. He's just a crazy guy.
Crazy Davey.
Crazy Davey.
See him being like a pirate captain in previous life.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. He has that stone face.
Sipping whiskey and delegating responsibilities.
Rum, isn't it? Rum in the seas.
Oh, it might have been rum. More well-versed on pirate life than I am as the Bears, but Splyce are ready to clean this round up quick. They just decided to bust out inner. Sometimes that's all it takes, man. Just stay as a team, do things together. But Whitmer has found an AK, which is pretty nice. However, I don't think he feels like he's safe just completely running, so he's going to look for a first fight. Does kill Semphis. It's pretty good.
Hey, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
People would think it's R, but it's a C.
Wait, so does everybody say R?
Yeah, everyone says R. That's a clever one, you know? Everyone's like, nope, you're wrong. Wrong. There's a freshness to that joke. Old joke.
That's great. I don't know if you've heard this one. I guess this is mine.
Okay.
What's the difference between an asteroid and a meatball?
I have no idea.
One is meteor.
Hey! Science jokes right there. I love it. It's like a dad joke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it every time
We'll
I say
both be great dads, I think.
Ponders, right? Even though you probably didn't make it up.
I did.
Did you really make it up?
Yeah. Stare.
Wow. Well,
Absolutely.
every
All
time.
me. Oh my gosh. Did he even get a kill? No, he didn't. Wow. Instant. Amazing hold from Rogue. 3 players joining forces to put together a kill apiece. But with one now going the way of Splyce, it gets weird. However, Whitmer is able to make it a lot more convincing of a round for Rogue. Semphis alone, 1v3 from hell with the op. Can he do it? The big green gun.
We'll see here. It is a 1-on-3. He's by the sandwich area. Kind of know where he's at, but Uber just exposing himself. Now it's a 2-on-1. Very winnable for Semphis. He pulls out the nade at the wrong time. It's the nade factor right there.
The nade factor.
You pull out your nade, someone's going to peek on you.
Someone's going to peek on you.
It's science.
That is the rule. In fact,
math.
if you want someone to peek, wow.
That's a nice little.
Oh my God.
A little lock-on flip right there.
Damn, it's a
Someone
back.
clip that? Who's going to clip that?
My
I wanna see
God.
some clips.
Holy smokes. I think he got dinked too. That is crazy. Straight 45 degrees. into Mitch thinking, like, he sees that and he processes it. 2 players lined up right in front of me. I'm going to win this round for my team.
He used his sense of smell.
He sniffed it out.
He smelled his aftershave, his deodorant, and he's like, wait, there's a guy to my right.
Oh,
Quick shot.
he just went for that right arm sniff, dabbed on him.
You can smell it all day over there.
Oh my gosh. Always wear a good brand. Don't skimp on deodorant. But, oh my gosh, another eco round. Don't tell me it's this. 2 CZ kills instantly. Outside is taken, forfeited almost by Rogue, as we can see from Whitmer, posturing to fall back to a more passive spot because his team hasn't given him any way to hold on to this safely. Smoke's going to dissipate, and they're all going to look for better after plant spots. Opportunity here, as you can kind of see directly through the middle of the site, but as long as no one peeks and they have agreed on good after plant spots, there's not going to be an opportunity. He's actually going to have to move, which is a difficult position considering he's got 2 teammates who also, oh my gosh, Vice with another 45-degree flick, and Mitch goes down instantly. This is going to initiate Whitmer, who's now picked up an AK. Hiko right behind him, gets a kill. Roka, 2v1 situation. Davian himself, both get 1. Whitmer going to throw a smoke on the bomb, and will he stick the plant? He will try, but Davy calls out immediately.
The old the double team flash right there.
This is messed up, man.
Hiko got flashed by his teammates, and it was really hard for...
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did, unfortunately.
Ooh.
And unfortunate for Rogue that using the 2 ops is really hard to retake outside. And, I mean, see, as you saw the idea, they were waiting patiently to retake it, but unfortunately, they already lost 2 members.
Yeah.
If you actually able to retake 5-on-5 on outside train,
yeah,
it makes it so much easier just because the sheer numbers allows T's to play just a little more passive, a little more reserved, because you know they don't know where 5 CTs are at.
So let me ask you this: they played close-up spots, but they have rifles, so it's not uncommon for them to think to play up-close spots. Does it just come down to them like individually failing? Like, should they have played more passively?
Well, if you play these up-close spots, the hardest part for a map like Train is able to exchange kills like right away. As you see, we had 1 person pushed up ladder as the CT, and if you miss your shot, you're either gonna get pinched from T middle, or the people in ladder will kind of kill you. And you also have kind of exposed from Ivy if you have no one watching Ivy. So to kind of play pushed up like that, you want to make sure that maybe the whole CT's offense is kind of pushed up. Maybe you have 1 guy ladder, maybe you have 1 guy top of red or blue train or something, and then the other guy playing maybe aggressively Z-ish, kind of, so he could pivot to Ivy or whatnot. Yeah, it's just playing up close. It's more of that personal battles, one-on-ones or whatever, or try and get that kill. And if you fail to do that, you
just fail.
It's going to just domino effect.
You know, I just think like you have, I don't know, Fur and Phelps outside, they're going to win those duels every single time. You know, if it didn't happen, we wouldn't really talk about their setup. We just think, oh man, they're just not playing well. But with these 2 teams, you see like individual skill is not like the problem for either of these teams. So it's really weird that Rogue are just failing on that front. But yeah, it's been really tough because I think they're like, if Vice is playing forward, he's been one of their stronger players. I mean, definitely hit some very impressive shots in the first half. Very perplexing, and it might just be confidence in each other, but Splyce seemed to be taking advantage of them. And again, 2 eco rounds that have resulted in rifles that they won, so you know, a total maybe 4 rounds this half that Splyce have won, and starting off 10-5 means that, yeah, they're able to get all 4 of these rounds just off the 2 ecos they won, and Rogue would be winning right now if not for it. Yeah, so
it's unfortunate for Rogue that they have to keep switching out members and players, and so but they don't have that time to build up that team chemistry. Yeah, for a team that's been around for 3 months together, playing together. So it's a lot.
Splyce haven't either. They just got this team together for the start of EPL. So
true. It's true.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a.
I don't think they had a team leave and out.
That's a big problem, and they do have a sub. As to point out, Mitch entering outer with his MP7. Whitmer finding a scout kill straight to the chest. And with 3 people in Z, good opportunity here for Hiko, who, I don't know if Drone's going to spot this. I think he got caught with that nade out. Good adjustment, even half blind, is able to find the headshot. Uber looking to turn around and trade out his teammate, do some justice, but Davey rushing in with that MAC-10 is...
See, here's the little things about high-level play. I just want point out that one situation. Team Splyce, they had like 2-3 members really low. Rogue, they had the good idea to attack together, but here's the small part. Wait till they plant the bomb, so then you know where one person's at.
Yeah.
And he's probably inactive because he's planting the bomb or trying to fake plant it, and then you attack. So it's little subtle details.
Right.
Probably could have won the round.
Interesting points as we move on to what could potentially be the last round, but it's actually Splyce who just gets straight up melted for once by Rogue on their eco. So outside has now been taken. However, Whitmer, as usual, has been doing his part at Ivy and puts one to the body of Drone, leaving Semphis in a 1-on-4 situation. Back of Bomb. Uber will be the first to go down, but this round is not lost. Still going to be very difficult, especially not without a smoke. Will he be able to bait out a shot here? Whitmer does damage, and that's kind of all he needs to do at this point. Can he get some damage in? Whitmer switches to his pistol, can't finish off the kill. The rotate comes out, however. Nade over the bomb train. Hiko takes matters into his own hands. And yeah, might have been risky.
He pulled out his nade.
Pulled out his nade.
Again,
that's
pull
right.
out your nade, you're gonna get peeked on.
I think
learn that lesson.
And there is, like, you know, because you can hear people throwing their nades now, though, that makes that even more true for more practical reasons.
Come out, you know, when in doubt, you just whip it out.
Whip it out. Sun's out, guns out.
Guns out, guns out.
Yeah.
Don't throw nades. Just hold your line. Hold the line.
Why buy nades if you're not going to throw them?
I'm telling Scott all the time, stop buying nades. I just want you off it.
More often.
I don't care if you're the best support player. Let's do support.
Let's do.
Let him support. I want Scott opping. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's Tui be the last man clutch guy. I always want Scott for the entry kills and for the rotate kills. Let's Tui support and be the clutch man.
The clutch man.
With automatic. Have those two guys be the support. That's the fix right there. Oh, you guys think I'm crazy?
We've got a mouthpiece to Cloud9 right now, so we can start that out. Whoa, Hiko with an insane spray, 4 kills, 2 headshots, locking down that lower ramp. Unbelievable stuff. Obviously, it's just an eco, but we know about that Hiko spray control.
Hiko spray, the Hiko pals.
Patented, world-renowned Hiko spray. Very nice stuff.
Look at there. He has 22 kills. It feels like a quiet 22 kills right there.
Yeah, he's kind of been, on the first half, we saw him working Ivy a lot. He was able to get a couple of kills, like on those rifle rounds even, really bullying them, which is quite difficult as a T. And, you know, obviously they weren't able to close out a lot, but I think even he was pitching in even on rounds they lost. And, yeah, clearly still got it, so that's definitely one way to hold in her. Great spray to help Bro get to at least double digits. Right now, we're going to have the exact same strategy. We'll see if it pans out as well for Splyce. We saw the one thing happen where Roka pushed through the left side bomb train smoke and get that opening kill. That was kind of the backbreaker for Rogue. Will they survive it this time? They see the same smokes cascading over, but they'll have to come up with a new answer. Shinobi in a great spot, but the flashes come out late, actually assist their teammates in running across. The bomb will get planted, and no T's are spotted. Splyce, however, is able to kill 2. Really good stuff. And the bomb, running a fake this time, goes into the loving arms of Hiko.
See, there you go, Rogue. They saw that same exact smoke execute. They didn't push through. They didn't play up. They kind of played just passive a little bit. It was Nico. Splyce did get 2 kills, so that really stopped the fake. I think if one of the people outside would have died, the fight would probably work a lot better. You know, that's the rule of thumb about a fake. You need to get a kill.
Yeah,
you have
definitely.
to get a kill on a fake, or it's not going to work that way.
Very good point. Sometimes people think you just got to throw the nades, but if no one commits, no one's going to move.
Yep.
So, here in round 26, Whitmer spots an opponent. Hiko gets a kill, enter the fast lurk from Mitch, gets shut down early. Tough spot to be in, one of the last buys they might have. Roka finding a good way to come into the smoke under the crosshair of, oh my gosh, is this going to be it? Drone ends up getting 1. 3 players kills with kills from Splyce, and now Semphis again alone in a 1v2 this time, much more winnable, has a Molotov and the bomb close by. It's not Rogue who have information on it, and a ton of time left on the clock, so this could be it. Tough way to go out if this is the round they lose, but overall, good hold. I think Whitmer's been pretty much a rock at Ivy, and this time Roka actually found the best of him. Probably one of the, warning signs. Trying to call out a rotate inner this time, and Semphis doesn't seem like he wants to plant until he gets a kill. He's kind of given away his position here, spots both players, knows now that he has to rotate outside, has another Molotov to delay anybody from pushing in while he plants, and actually instead of going for the kill, is still trying to be quite aggressive, but good calls from Rogue, realizing that he might try to make this a 1v1 before he puts the bomb down. There it is, Hiko goes down. Oh my gosh, Semphis!
CSGO right there.
CSGO, I mean, it looked like he had him dead to rights. Uber running forward, had to go for a crouch and pray that he missed, and he got what he prayed for.
So, I'm going to just keep pointing out things that I don't like, because that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
In that 2-on-1, you notice Rogue kept throwing utility. Semphis did not know where they were at until they started throwing all their utility for some reason. So I don't know if Rogue was just uneasy in that situation, but if you're in a 2-on-1, gun out, all right, please, because throwing utility keeps away position, and so Semphis was able to maneuver around, get the bomb down, get a kill, to almost win the game, because of the information that Rogue gave him. Right.
The idea is that you stay together so that if one person goes down, the other one can kill him. But if one person's throwing a nade when that happens, you won't have that opportunity. 5 smokes outside, another eco strat. Will it be a fake this time? The bomb in T-Con is going to be running inner. It looks like I think they're going to be doing something similar. A push through the right side of the train. Bites this time instead of watching left. Catches these 2 players out. Bomb goes down outside after it comes down ladder. Mid trying to push through the smoke. Gets caught out by Hiko, and that leaves Semphis once again alone in a 1vx situation. Gets killed instantly. 3 rounds the difference to go to OT.
This is, I'd probably call it timeout in Splyce. You got a gun around, you have lots of money.
Lots of money.
Let's just ice the kicker.
Ice the kicker,
ice
right.
The kicker
ice
here.
the kicker.
Let's slow the game down. Rogue has momentum, okay?
Yeah.
But they don't call a timeout. Why? They don't have a coach. Who's their coach? Who's Team Splyce's coach?
Ellie.
Who? Ely? Is he in the server? I don't see him in the server. We need a timeout,
His
guys.
name not pronounced Ellie? Ellie-FS?
Ellie, Uli, Ali, Alu. Doesn't matter. The point being is, you need to have a timeout and stop the momentum, guys. It's 12-15. You don't want Rogue to come back and run away with this.
Yeah, and we'll find out after this round if that's what they needed. But maybe they just are very confident in their plans. They've definitely had strategies for the ecos, a couple of variations in that same execute, which is always good to see. It worked out the first time, and actually 2. And that does make you wonder. Rogue, apart from the eco rounds, have done very well versus rifle rounds somehow. In this situation, Hiko has found a way to push inner and kind of be a little bit different. If it does end up being an execute outside, drone doesn't get any more aggressive, Hiko's going to have a quick flank, which is a very big deal. Also, looks like he's pulling out a smoke now, letting his guard down and releasing it. And here it is. Looks like a quick drop down ladder off of each other's heads. Very good stuff. But Hiko, I think, will get the memo very soon. Nobody's actually committed quite yet. They're just taking control. But with this, I think Hiko definitely doesn't want to be too aggressive quite yet. Whitmer, really nice reaction to drone coming out. And then, wow, another nice, very fast reaction on 2 players. One this time in T-Con, and once again, Semphis alone in a 1v4 situation. Is Semphis always alone with the op? Is he not being aggressive enough?
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think if they're going to go for a pick strat, the oppers should be the second person in line to peek. You have the rifler or whoever try to bait any op shots, any position, get information. The op would be swinging right close, hitting the shot. And again, this is something we've seen from before in Splyce. They get up a lot in number, and then they let the team comes back. It happened twice against Optic.
Yeah.
And it's happening right now against Rogue.
It's happening right here in front of us.
So it has to be some sort of mental game that they're running. What's their mental game? What's their angle? What's their angle? Who's their shrink? Who's their shrink?
They need a team shrink. That's what they need.
They need what Astralis has, is team doctor.
They need the bears in the dugout is what they need.
They do.
They need a kick in the pants.
They need a scooting. A scooting. They need some motivation. They need to light a fire under them, you know?
Yeah, literally
light a fire under them.
What could be more motivating than that?
I want them in their LAN room.
Yes.
A fire pit.
Help us visualize it.
In the circle, you have the 5 people on the computers.
Yeah.
And then behind them, a fire pit.
A fire pit, yes.
At least 8 feet tall flame.
Right, and how do you get their chairs back into the fire pit?
Yeah.
Or you
Push
just
'em.
turn it and push them.
You push them.
Just keep little DeBears under their table.
You scare them.
Right.
You don't hurt them.
You
but
shake
you
the
scare
chair,
them.
like-
You shake them.
Right.
You scare them. You get their blood boiling.
Right.
Get them pumped up.
Right. Maybe that's what Rogue have right now. Oh, hit him in the leg. Sick flick shot. Whitmer going skeet shooting right now. Oh, and also is able to finish off another kill. So looking for just the straight up no scope, but 2 teammates from Rogue to come in and support. Bomb spotted, under control. Davey and our man Mitch. 2 players left alive. Ivy control didn't work out. Looks like we're going to the 30th round.
Bringing it to the distance. As Rogue comes back, they're fighting back, teeth and nail.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means.
Tooth and nail. They're,
Tooth and nail,
they're
not
biting
teeth.
and scratching and pulling.
Yeah, I guess so. They're nailing away. They're just
Nailing it away.
Just nailing away here. As Mitch does sneak in the inside. The bomb, though, is down in the Ivy, so he got some work. Pretty sure Vice sniffs him out and
Yep.
takes out Mitch. There you go. Easy cheese. Now look at this.
Easy cheese.
Round 30. What's the plan for Splyce? What did they talk about in timeout?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They've done outside a multitude of times. Hiko has been solid inner and has 28 kills. It seems like they might be scared to go ahead. They just tried Ivy. It didn't work out. That was an eco round, however. Maybe they think they should be paying more attention to it.
It's 7 rounds in a row right there.
It's like they have a lot of options because they haven't done what they've done right, but they also don't have a lot of options because they've lost every time they've tried to do something correctly.
Yeah, and look, they're going to try to go for the smoke thing on XU, but look at this. Look at this setup by Rogue.
Yeah.
They have 3 people pushed inside.
Oh my gosh.
And I was thinking, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know. Where is it that... Is that Shinobi looking back down the ramp? What is his position? Oh, okay. Wow. Just here to dodge a flash as Hiko is there to take first contact. They fall off the setup. I don't know if the nades have gone out. No, oh yeah, they have. And now the rotate is also starting to get pulled. No one's actually going for a fast flank from this position. This might allow for a plant. Going to be maybe a 5-on-5 retake without any spam through the smoke. Not finding any animosity from the CTs as Splyce Davey runs up through the smoke, plants on the back bomb. Hiko not spraying. I don't think he might not have heard the plant. Davey is going to be able to spray him on top of the box. Gets the kill, however. Somehow gets away with murder. Semphis finally finding a kill with that up, and now in the afterplant situation, this is new territory for Rogue. They haven't been here before, except on eco rounds. Could be very difficult. All the utility comes out. Roka getting pushed out of his position, but on his way out finds the headshot. It's actually Drone to join in on the action. The bomber gets killed, and that's it. 4 kills on the kill feed from Splyce. The round goes their way in the 30th, and they bring it home.
Such a risky play by Rogue. They were winning, and then they decided, let's just change it up at the last round.
Yeah.
Didn't work. If you want to do something like that, you have to somehow, if they do an outside execute like they've been doing, and were very successful in the early rounds, you have to slow them down somehow. I bet you Team Splyce was kind of wondering, hey, why did we get no pressure outside? There's no nades coming after them. There's no one even spamming the smoke. They literally just ran up, plant the bomb, get in positions, and then put Rogue in a really bad spot.
Yeah, too easy, I think. But no, we have more thoughts, but the analysts have better ones. So
better ones.
Let's let them take it away. Take it away, guys.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much, Launders. We will indeed we'll take that away.
I guess I don't have to argue that point anymore. Now I know I have better points. Right?
Yeah,
now we know. So
yours is superior, I guess, is what we learned.
It's done.
Well, I'll let you just go ahead and talk away about this matchup here, because I mean, what a mess that was.
Yeah, I mean,
to put it lightly.
I was trying to keep a graph of how many man advantage significant, not just single, but like 2 or 3 man advantage situations were then lost by the team that had the advantage during the course of that match, and it was quite harrowing to see for NACS, right? Because I kind of want that meme of NACS to disappear, right? Like that's kind of like my goal as a
good luck with that,
right? Like so it's just I was like, no, don't, right? But it was interesting though. There was like many rounds where Splyce is basically just telegraphing their play on the T set. I'm talking about second half now. And it was weird, right? Like, I agree with Eric. They completely go for a gamble playing stack 3 guys inner, right? And they have no reason to do that other than that they think that that's where they're going to go because they haven't done that recently, right? So it's like they never did a full execute on inner. We've seen Splyce do lots of full executes on inner in their previous ESL match 2 weeks ago. So they must be doing it on the final round of the first half, right? But they didn't, and therefore we lost the match.
Well, we do have some replays, of course, that you've picked out, so let's jump right in and take a look at them. I believe we have one from round 12 first off, and this was one of those misadvantaged situations that you were just talking about.
Yeah, so this round ends up going, it starts out with 3 picks going the way of Splyce, so it's a 5v2. And then Rogue ends up winning it, right? Because people are peeking unnecessarily, right? Like, so right now, at 5v3, you already need to know where to peek and when not to peek, right? Now it's 5v2, right? So now this should be even easier. Like, why is that guy even contesting Ivy? Look, he's going to come back out, obviously, because he dies. Shinobi gets a pick from E-Box, and Shinobi gets a second pick from E-Box. And now the round's on its head. It's a 2v2. And in a 2v2, and the Ts have the bomb, and the CTs don't know where the bomb is, the Ts have a pretty big advantage here. Look, Drone just walks in a lower ramp completely, or he's looking for information, but he's completely unaware, and this ends up going the way of Rogue. So it's just unfortunate to see, you know, some fundamentals, right? Like, let's buddy up in a 5v3 or a 5v2, and just make sure that we take advantaged peek everywhere, right? Like, let's not put one guy in each opening. Let's put 2 guys on specific openings that we think are like kind of those epicenters of where they'll be able to take a site from.
Now, we often see situations like this happening where it's like a 3v5 and the team with 5 players ends up losing it. We see this happen a lot, like around this level of CS here in North America. Why, I mean, just offering your own personal insight here, why do you think that happens so often at this level?
I mean, there could be many reasons. I think it's mostly when a round is so far in somebody's favor that people's brains kind of get turned off a little bit. And I'm not saying like I'm immune to that or anyone is. It's kind of just like a general like group think, right? Like everyone's kind of like, we're chilling now. We got this round. Let's just take this battle, right? Like I know Aria's at Ivy. Like let's just own this guy, right? And nobody's really talking anymore, right? Like it's kind of like,
it's like, oh, we got this at this point.
Yeah, they don't really coordinate their peaks. It's not like, hey, I'm going to flash. Let's peek on 3. 3, 2, 1, peek, right? Like that doesn't happen as often. You see it all the time. And I don't know why that happens, but it's like, even if you were to win the round and you were to win the round with 3 players left on your side, don't do that. Like, why not win it with 5 players left on your side? Like, you should be focusing until the round ends, in my opinion.
Well, we have another replay to take a look at here. Let's jump in and take a peek at round 17. James, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so round 17 is the 5 smoke execute on the outside yard. So Splyce waits until a minute left on the clock. For some reason, Rogue rotates 2 people inner, and they're kind of playing like a hybrid, not retake, but retake-y setups at inside, but they have 2 people there, so I don't really know what their plan is here. There was no sound, no nades, no nothing thrown inner. Nobody got information. And when you have no information, like, you're allowing a lot of room for the Ts. Like, if the Ts, like, are jiggle peeking corners and they just sequentially get more map control, this is the kind of thing that can happen to you. Another thing that you could have also seen on radar that happened earlier in this round is that Whitmer rotates off of Ivy, giving up all of that green train lane and red train lane to the Ts if they want it. So they have no information about what's happening at Ivy, and he's playing CT spawn ramp with 1 heaven and 1 bomb train. Right, so it's like we're basically just giving you everything you want, and we're just so confident on our retake ability, which obviously is not sufficient.
Yeah. Well, we did indeed see Splyce push up to 15 rounds after that, but then they had trouble closing out on the matchup again. This is not the first time we've seen this issue from Splyce. Just as an example, the Optic matchup from last week, we saw the same exact thing. What's going on with Splyce? Why are they having such problems just closing out on matchups, just getting that last 1 or 2 rounds?
To be honest with you, it seemed like they weren't really adapting to what was happening in the current game, right? Like Splyce kept kind of going with the same types of hits that we didn't see from them in the past, right? So when I watched them play, I think it was Optic on Train, like last week, Splyce was very dynamic in the way they were calling on T side, right? Like there was defaults on some rounds that were like pick-based, or they'd make small plays to try and manipulate a CT into a certain spot to get a pick. But right here, this whole T side, it was very like do nothing and then execute, right? Like do nothing and then telegraph our play via grenades. And it was basically just up to 1 or 2 blunders from Rogue that allowed them to actually take that match, right? So it's kind of weird to see. I don't know. I feel like CSGO is kind of morphing into that meta of where you need to be dynamic within a round, right? Like play this one round, get the info in the round, and then make a mid-game, like a mid-round call based on the info, right? So it's very communication heavy.
Well, the next map coming up after this one is going to be Nuke. Some quick thoughts on Nuke before we head to the break here.
Man, just watching that match, I'm like frothing at the mouth to watch the high quality CS that's gonna come out. All right, like just let's talk about communication on Train, and then talk about communicating as a CT side on Nuke. And the sound, like I think I heard him here. I'm going down vent. No, one secret. No, they're up on. Dude, they're up on rafters. Come on, man. Right, like this is gonna. I wish I could just like be in team speak for this. Just. I mean, I'm not even trying to throw shade at the teams. Just communicating on Nuke is one of the best things in life.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to discuss that, of course, right after this break. Do stick with us, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be returning in just a few minutes with the second map of this matchup, and it is indeed going to be on Nuke.